What is going on? Good morning, Aztec Nation, Sons of Montezuma. Of course, Mateo San Diego here. Not even 24 hours after the announcement of the New Mexico Bowl, San Diego State against North Texas. But we find out that Rob Aurich, defensive coordinator Rob Aurich, is taking off. He accepted the job for the Big Ten's Nebraska. And now what do you do? Because as we all know, one of the best stories in college football this year, San Diego State going from 3-9 to 9-3 right now, where we stand, takes a big hit in losing Aurich. Now, you had to expect this, right, guys? First of all, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, sonsofmontezuma.com. Wrote an article about it yesterday, and yes, it is crazy. Will he be there for the bowl game? I'm not sure. It doesn't really sound like it. I think once you take that job in the Big Ten, you're gone. Nebraska, big time job. So, look, we all saw the turnaround that San Diego State was this past year. An amazing story in college football. I mean, you're talking about going from one of the worst defensive performances last season to one of the best in the nation, right? We're talking about 12 points or so per game. So Rob Aurich is definitely deserving of this opportunity. Congratulations to him first and foremost. But if you're an Aztecs fan right now, you got to be licking your wounds this morning, guys. I mean, we're very happy to celebrate the New Mexico Bowl. Aztecs football going bowling for a 2-year layoff, right, guys? But man, what a kick to the gut. The Aztecs finished top 5 in passing yards allowed, 7th nationally in total defense, 12th in third down conversion defense. And you talk about a defense that put down a pass rush, 32 sacks on the season. So it wasn't just, like last year, Trey White was the sack leader for a large part of the season. This year was a full defensive effort, right, guys? And so that propelled them to get possibly in the Mountain West title game. We all know how that finished. But just an unbelievable job by this defense. Like I said, not even 24 hours after the bowl announcement, and now Rob Aurich is taking the Nebraska job. Now, what is Nebraska getting? Now, I can tell you right now, having heard Rob Aurich speak, I mean, just an incredible personality. It really seemed to carry through, because last year when the defensive coordinator Schmidt took off, got a head coaching opportunity, it was like, really, what are you going to do? I mean, you had a rough season. Do you promote from within? And sure enough, Coach Lewis promoted Rob Aurich from within. He was the defensive edges coach last year, I want to say, or linebackers coach, excuse me. And to see that performance, what do you judge that off of, right? The team really wanted Aurich to get that ascension within, and he earned it, and they paid off handsomely. Now, there's a lot of seniors that are on this year's team. So moving forward, you can't really blame a coach for taking that opportunity. I mean, it's Big Ten football in Nebraska. You hate to see it on our end in the G5, but this is college football. This is what it is. As soon as you make some hay, and of course, Aurich was previously at Idaho, did a fantastic job there. But as soon as you make some hay, get those headlines, those national headlines. I mean, he was up for, what was it, the National Broyles Award? Is that what it is? So, Matt Rule up there in Nebraska, he's getting a good one. He knows he's getting a guy that has that personality, he's got that charisma, he's got that recruiting ability. But there's 3 things you got to have as especially a coordinator at this level. Is you obviously got to have a great proficiency in your scheme and what you're trying to teach. Then you got to be able to teach it, communicate effectively to the guys to where they can understand it, they can absorb it. And then the last thing is you got to be able to motivate your guys after you've taught them everything you need to teach them, motivate them to play at their best. And that's exactly what Rob Aurich was able to do. Such a massive turnaround. Matt Rule up there in Nebraska, he's no stranger to San Diego State defensive coaches. Of course, Tony White, we all know Tony White was up there for a couple seasons as well. Did a fantastic job. He's at Florida State. We'll have to see, where does San Diego State go from here, because Matt Rule, he jumped on that quick. Nebraska, they were in a little bit of a tailspin this past season. I see they finished their year 7-5. And they really lost to some teams that they had no business losing to towards the end of the year. Of course, got absolutely destroyed by Iowa in that final game of the season, 40-16. So Matt Rule knew he had to jump on it quick. Now, what does Sean Lewis do now? I see in the chat, I don't believe that we're going to see what we're going to see is an interesting decision in this New Mexico Bowl game, right, guys? Because who is going to assume those duties? That's probably another episode for another day. Who are the next candidates to come down the line for San Diego State? Because Sean Lewis, that turnaround, let's be honest, this past year was, for the Aztecs, was really defensive driven. It was like a throwback to those Rocky Long year type of teams where it was largely defense running the show. I mean, you talk about multiple shutouts of teams, an undefeated record at home, and then you really lean on that running game, that power running game. It's going to be interesting to see what direction he goes. Does he promote within again from the coaching staff, the existing coaching staff, or do you go out and find somebody that is either proven or an up-and-comer? Either way, San Diego State is a great job moving into the Pac-12, moving forward, much how do you say, more visibility, bigger budgets. You're in San Diego, for crying out loud. I mean, we're here at the beginning of December, and it's not a cloud in the sky, guys. So, hey, it's an awesome job. It's an awesome job to have. You're going to have a lot of, hey, we're a couple of days outside of the national recruiting signing day, and a lot of talent, young talent coming in. One of the big questions was, okay, with Rob Aurich going out to Nebraska, is he going to take some players with him? I think that's remained to be seen. I can't really say that is going to be the biggest worry for San Diego State. I mean, you go to a Big Ten team in Nebraska, right, guys? I mean, the recruiting pool is just a little different, right, guys? I mean, let's be honest. He's going to be able to really spend some major NIL bucks, some major revenue sharing bucks up there. And, you add that to just the culture they bring out there and Big Red Nation and all that good stuff. I don't believe that we're going to see too much of an issue there. But the big one that everybody's really, really wondering about, of course, Trey White. We interviewed him to start the season. San Diego kid, Chula Vista kid, playing here at San Diego State with his best friends growing up. And that's going to be a tough decision, because obviously the young man is putting in the work. He's got the results. For the next level, he's getting a lot of attention, whether he leaves early, whether he maybe follows Coach Aurich on his way out to Nebraska. Some people don't want to hear that, right? But this is the reality of college football, and especially San Diego. Southern California puts out so much talent out to the rest of the nation, the rest of the college football world. San Diego puts out a ton. Now, I am not feeling too down in the dumps this morning, guys. It was one season, Rob Aurich, an incredible turnaround for the Aztecs. But this is when you really are going to see the caliber of coach that Sean Lewis brings. I mean, just an amazing job he's done in just 2 years of massive turnaround. Yes, it was primarily defensive driven, but it all starts from the top. Of course, him, the rest of the program, Caleb Davis, the GM, you got to imagine they are in the war room right now, looking at all the options, putting everything together, all the pieces in place. Aside from a couple spotty performances on the road this year, this team was phenomenally turned around. And it really started with the mentality, being big on the defensive line, being big on the offensive line especially, and it really paid off. So, hey, they've got their job cut out for them, but I have no doubt Coach Lewis he's an excellent evaluator of talent on the field and also in the coach's room. And I think we've all seen that in San Diego. What are the candidates? That's another episode for another time. I'm going to add this blurb as an addendum in the audio podcast from last night. Thank you to Fiend for joining me last night. We really took a look at this New Mexico Bowl and broke things down, North Texas. And really, this is an opportunity for whoever that candidate is for that defensive coaching coordinator position. I have to imagine this is a great opportunity. If you're going to promote from within, maybe you elevate one of those guys. Maybe you give each coordinator a quarter. You split it up, something like that, maybe. But what we saw with Aurich was, he's obviously a player-friendly coach. They vouched for him. They wanted him to be the DC. Coach Lewis elevated him. Where's the momentum swinging at now? Is it internal or is it somebody from the outside? Anyways, guys, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of my take, my reaction. Yes, it hurts, but hey, keep your spirits high, never bow a knee, right? I think this program is on their way to doing big things. And you're in Southern California. There's no shortage of talent. There's no shortage of guys that want to come down here and coach and have this opportunity in the new Pac-12 moving forward against, the best of the Mountain West. You heard it. We saw it this weekend. So, hey, thank you guys for spending a couple minutes and listening to me rant. We'll get back on the streams this week. Wednesday night, Aztec basketball against Lamar. We'll be hosting the game here live, the official broadcast. Make sure you guys tune in. And we'll see what names are floating out there to take over the defensive coordinator spot. And hopefully not too many guys leaving this defense, because we actually do have a really good young defense primed and ready for ready to run it back next year. So, all right, guys, have a great day. Go Aztecs.